S-E-X, sex. That's right. Today we're going to be talking about sex, and specifically sex in retirement. So when people think about retirement, they imagine more free time, less stress, maybe a little golf, some travel, and maybe even a second honeymoon. And yes, retirement does create space for intimacy, but here's the truth. For men, sex in retirement often comes with its own set of challenges, and ignoring them doesn't make them go away. And in fact, silence only makes things harder, physically, emotionally, and relationally. This video is about the top 5 sexual issues retired men face, plus one important issue at the end that frankly might surprise you. And while I'm speaking directly to the men in this one, this is also important for the women to listen to. Because if you've ever wondered what's really going on for your partner at this stage in life, this will help you understand that you're not alone in the questions and that for both of you, solutions do exist. Now, before we dive in, welcome to the UnRetired, where you're not done, but you're finally doing what you want. So whether you're planning for retirement, just beginning it, or already deep in it, this is your guide to rethinking, reshaping, and reimagining the next chapter, not by chance, but by choice. And if topics like that resonate with you, please take a moment right now to hit the like and subscribe button. Each week, we have honest conversations about building a retirement that's vibrant, purposeful, and yes, even intimate. All right, let's jump headfirst into this with the most common and most talked about issue, and that is ED, erectile dysfunction. More than half men over age 60 experience ED at some point. For some, it's occasional. For others, it becomes, unfortunately, the norm. And when it happens, it doesn't just affect the body, it affects confidence, identity, and even your relationship. The brutal truth and the challenge is that ED often brings embarrassment and frustration. Many men respond by withdrawing and avoiding intimacy altogether, rather than risk the disappointment or the embarrassment. That avoidance, of course, creates even more distance and even more anxiety. It becomes kind of a vicious cycle where the more you worry, the harder it is to perform. But here's the good news. Today, there are more solutions than ever before. Medications are widely available and very effective. And there's other types of therapy, both physical and psychological, that can help a lot. Other things like lifestyle improvements, like exercise, nutrition, stress reduction, and even sleeping better, they can make a big difference too. But here's the big takeaway. ED, erectile dysfunction, it's common, but it's not the end of intimacy. Men who are willing to try new approaches often discover that sex not only continues, but frankly, it can improve. And here's something worth noting and is super important for men to remember. Many partners care far more about closeness, touch, and connection than your actual performance. The anxiety we feel is often way louder in our heads than it is in the actual bedroom itself. The second issue that men in retirement face is hormonal shifts, specifically declining testosterone and energy. Just like women go through menopause, men experience their own hormonal changes, sometimes referred to as andropause. Testosterone gradually declines, and with it can come lower libido, slower arousal, less stamina, even mood changes. The challenge is that men often ignore the symptoms. They push through, they chalk it up to aging, or they just stay silent and accept it. But silence isn't strength, it's a missed opportunity. Medical support exists. Testosterone therapy may be appropriate for some men, but just as powerful are lifestyle choices, strength training, cardio fitness, healthy eating, better sleep. Even stress management plays a role. Each of these habits can boost not only your energy, but also your libido and your confidence. Think of it this way, caring for your health is caring for your sex life. The more intentional you are about energy and vitality, the more you'll have to bring to your relationship. The third issue is body image and confidence. And yes, men deal with this too. Weight gain, hair loss, surgical scars, slower recovery. These changes can make men feel less desirable, even if they don't always admit it out loud. The challenge here is internal. It's usually very mental. You're comparing yourself to your younger self or to unrealistic cultural ideas of what masculinity is perceived to be. Feeling like you're no longer measuring up, it can create shame and withdrawal. But here's the opportunity. This stage of life, our stage of life, it offers the chance to shift the focus. Vitality, kindness, humor, and confidence, they're far more attractive than six-pack abs. Many women say that what draws them to a partner later in life is the ability to be emotionally present, to listen, to laugh, and to share themselves fully. So the real aphrodisiac isn't the perfect body, it's confidence. When men accept themselves and show up authentically, intimacy deepens and the attraction actually grows. The fourth issue for men of a certain age is shifting roles in relationships. Retirement changes identity. For decades, men have defined themselves by their work, their role as provider, or their career achievements. And then all of a sudden retirement arrives and suddenly those markers of identity are gone. I talk about this in many of my other videos. It's a real thing. The challenge is that some men feel lost and even emasculated when they lose their identity. Without the anchor of work, they struggle with purpose, and that insecurity can spill into their intimacy, creating emotional distance. But here's the real opportunity, and again, one that comes at this later stage in life. Retirement allows us men to redefine masculinity, not through status or a paycheck, but through presence, empathy, and partnership, real partnership. Women often say that what they value most at this stage of life is having a partner who listens, engages, and shows up emotionally. So, this is your chance to build intimacy, not by what you do, but by who you are. Now, I want to pause here to ask you, what's been the hardest shift for you in retirement? Has it been about identity, about health, about your relationship? Drop a comment below and share your experience. Not only does it help you reflect, but it just might help another man realize he's not alone, or it might help another woman understand her man a little bit better. The fifth issue is health issues and medications. As men age, conditions like heart disease, diabetes, or blood pressure can become a lot more common. Surgeries or chronic pain can also impact confidence and function, and ironically, many medications, even the ones that are supposed to keep you alive, they can reduce your libido and interfere with your sexual performance, and again, impacts you in all the mental, emotional, and physical ways thereafter. So the challenge here is fear. Fear of hurting yourself. Fear of not functioning the way that you used to when you were younger. And sometimes the quiet belief that intimacy is simply over. But here's the reality. Managing your health directly supports your sexual well-being. Talking openly with doctors can uncover options and adjustments. Being honest with your partner about your fears creates an understanding instead of distance. It's actually a connecting to your partner. Silence only makes health challenges worse. Openness creates the path to solutions. So we just covered the top 5 sexual issues for men in retirement, but I promised you a bonus too. And for the bonus, I want to step outside of the men's only lens and talk about something that's technically a woman's issue and one of the most important sexual issues that you as men will ever face, and that's menopause. Here's why. If you want intimacy in retirement, if you want connection, closeness, even sex itself, you have to understand what your partner is going through. And menopause isn't just hot flashes and mood swings. It's a massive transition in her body. Hormones drop, sleep gets disrupted, libido shifts, and physical changes can make sex uncomfortable and frankly even painful for the woman. Here's the kicker. If you as a man don't understand this, you'll probably misinterpret it. You'll think she's lost desire for you, that she's rejecting you, but it's not about rejection. It's not about you. It's about her biology. So if you want to be a partner she desires, the partner she feels safe with, you need to know what menopause means. And yes, I'll put it bluntly, if you ever want to get laid in retirement, you need to understand menopause, because intimacy, frankly, just isn't possible unless you meet her with patience, compassion, and a willingness to adapt together. Menopause is such a big issue that it totally deserves its own video, and frankly probably deserves a series of videos. And I'll be doing one soon. But for now, let's remember this. It may happen in her body, but it will shape your relationship. Ignore it and intimacy suffers. Understand it and intimacy deepens. So there you have it. The top 5 sexual issues faced by retired men. Plus one bonus reminder, that intimacy is about more than performance. Each one of these challenges is real, but each one can be addressed. The key is openness to change, to solutions, and to conversations with your partner. Before we wrap up, if this video gave you a new perspective on sex and retirement, please take a moment to hit that like and subscribe button. That way you won't miss future conversations here on the UnRetired. Conversations about money, health, purpose, and intimacy, all designed to help you thrive in retirement. And don't forget to leave a comment. Which of these issues feels most true for you right now, or would you like to add to the list yourself? Thanks for watching The UnRetired. Until next time, remember that retirement isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of living fully, loving deeply, and shaping this chapter by choice, not chance. And when it comes to the sexual issues that men face, have patience with yourself. Approach them with openness and know that intimacy can grow even stronger in this chapter of your life. And for women, understanding what your partner is going through is a chance to build empathy, strengthen your connection, and celebrate deeper intimacy together.